Let's go outside. Do you want one too? I'm just gonna have a nice tea. There's a couple things I wanted to talk to you about today. This thing almost fell. No free ads, but Nestea, easily the best iced tea there is. Snacks, blackberries, in case you want some as well. Here, take it. Okay, fine, I'll eat it. I almost forgot about the mic. Gotta plug that in though. All right, here we go. Hello? Can you hear me now? Alright. My friends, it has been a minute. And hello? Good to see you. Do you have everything you need? Listen to that. Ooh. Grab a drink, get some snacks. We're going to be here a couple minutes, but I just had a few things I wanted to talk about because you know what? You're probably used to seeing me and my bug eyes like once a week, right? And that's what I was doing last year, posting once a week. I feel like the reason that I haven't been posting consistently is something that I honestly need your help with. I want your help with. And on these channels, you know, sometimes I offer productivity advice, how to be that person, how to live in line with the person you wish to be. But oftentimes, I don't really know the answer. And today I really wanted to dive into that, unpack that, and let's do it together. I can see myself in here, but it's over there. So let's see. Let's get that zoom going. Oh, baby. There we go. So look, in this video today, I wanted to strip away all the extra stuff, all the cutaways, all the dumb humor, and I just want it to feel like it's you and me. You know, we're out here sipping some bevies. I got a marathon in a few days, so trying to stay off the alcohol. That wasn't meant to be a humble flex. It's actually a big component of this video today. Now, what's incredible about a page like this, a personal development page, one where I'm trying to help you live in line with the person you wish to be, is that it feels like every week I'm kind of explaining something that I need to hear as well. And what I need to hear this week is the importance of consistency, the importance of taking action. It's almost like every week I write in my journal and then I just iterate that and then I regurgitate it to a video like this, and then you get to consume it, and you get to read my journal. So you're basically inside the pages of my book right now, and we're gonna work through a couple things. All right, let's do it. So for context, my name is Sammy Paley. I'm 23 years old. I am a discovery coach. I am a YouTuber. I'm going into my 4th year of school, and this year I really want it to be a year of setting myself up for success, doing as much as I can to live the life I want to live so that I can be as useful to clients and I can just go around living in line with my word. And I'm a very ambitious person, and yet that ambition often has its downfalls. So I've talked about this before. Is this dude about to mow his lawn? Come on, bro. We're busy making a YouTube video over here. Now, as many of you know, to start the year, I created a contract with my dad, and it had like 8 pillars, and it had everything I wanted to do. And it's all the things that are most important to me, like taking care of this beautiful physique and, you know, working out, working on my career, taking time to rest, taking time for school, managing my finances, all of these different things, personal development, reading, all of it matters. And yet, when I feel this way, a common denominator I'm finding is I become extremely overwhelmed, and then I don't take any action, and then I feel guilty, and then I feel guilty for not taking action, And then it's just this downward spiral, and it's just been vicious. And in January of this year, I was so productive. I was green. This contract my dad and I wrote on New Year's Day, and I learned a lot about the importance of pacing and the importance of just not trying to bite off more than you can chew. And I still don't know the answer on how to take action consistently, but I want to unpack that. Let's do it. So after January, this is an intense part of the story. Let's get it close to my face. Oh, there it is. But after January, we go into February. Obviously, you know that. But that's when I hit a breaking point, and the amount of insane productivity I had, it felt like it was bottomless self-discipline, came crashing down. And anyone who's all-knowing would have known that the amount I was trying to do in January and the amount I was doing just simply was not sustainable. So now we're in the latter half of May. It's beautiful in Calgary, beautiful iced tea weather. I swear I'm not getting paid to promote Nestea. It's just so bussin'. But here we are, we're in the latter half of May, and I'm trying to get back to that amount of productivity I had in January, but I want to do it in a way where it's sustainable long term. Can you see kind of the balance I'm going for? Now, as many of you know, this year has been all about trying to push myself as much as I can. And so a biggest way I did that, I just want to change it, get some dynamic angles so you're not bored looking at me the whole time. But a big way I decided to do that is by signing up for a marathon. I just re-listened to that clip and realized that the audio quality just was kind of poo-poo pee-pee. So you know what? We're going to rock no mic. Could probably invest in some newer stuff, but anyways, you like that? You like that angle? Here we are. I've kind of hit the point with marathon training where it's like oh my God, it's soon. And I feel so underprepared. But honestly, that's kind of been the whole point with the marathon. Like, I just am really trying to push myself, really trying to go to the school of life to learn as much as I can about me. And it has taught me so much. And it relates today to the topic of why can't I take consistent action? And I've realized it comes down to this: pacing. So in January, I came out of the start line for 2023 at Mach 5. Usain Bolt. I was sprinting, doing as much as I possibly could. And it was just unsustainable. And what Simon Sinek talks about in one of his books is the infinite game, where there is no start or end. Life is just continuous. And I'm trying to find that optimal amount of work that can help me be productive at a level that I know is sustainable, but also not so productive that much of the joy of what I do gets sucked away. Does that make sense? So with the race coming up this Sunday, if I just come out of the gate and I'm running really fast, the odds of me actually finishing the marathon, seeing my grandma there who has my paperclip jar, it completely goes out the window. Like, it just won't happen if I come out too fast. But if I pace myself and do, let's say, a 6.5 minute kilometer split or a 7-minute kilometer split, then I'm able to sustain myself over longer periods of time. Now, how does this relate to taking action in my personal life? What is the thing that I can pace myself on slowly? And that's what I'm trying to figure out. So, I have this YouTube channel. I have potentially a coaching career. I may potentially become a keynote speaker, but the common denominator for all of those things is just sitting down and doing the work. And it doesn't need to be massive amounts of work, but I feel like for me, the one thing I need to take action on, if I can just do a Pomodoro cycle, so 4 sets of 25 minutes with a 5-minute break between each one. If I can do a Pomodoro cycle every single day on this creativity habit, on this coaching habit, that's it. That's as simple as it needs to be. Now, on one of those days when I should have been being productive, or I felt like I should have been being productive, but you get caught in that vicious cycle of scrolling on social media, I came across this one video that honestly was transformational, and it wasn't a dumb meme, although there's many of those. I love those too. But this video was Alex Hormozi, and he was talking about Jerry Seinfeld and his writing habit. And now, Jerry Seinfeld obviously is one of the greatest comedians of all time. And he had this comedian come up to him. His name was Brad Isaac. And he's like, Jerry, man, you're at the top of the game. You're always producing new comedy. You're always doing different things. How do you do it, man? Like, what's the secret to writing good jokes? How can I be like you and be successful? And Jerry Seinfeld's answer was not what Brad Isaac was explaining. This is what he said. Okay, I'm gonna read it to you here. Hey, look, you can still see me. That's perfect. Sweet. But, okay, this is what he said. The way to be a better comic was to create better jokes. And the way to create better jokes was to write every day. He told me to get a big wall calendar that has a whole year on one page and hang it on a prominent wall. The next step was to get a big red magic marker. He said for each day that I do my task of writing, I get to put a big X over that day. After a few days, you'll have a chain. Just keep at it, and the chain will grow longer every day. You'll like seeing that chain, especially when you get a few weeks under your belt. Your only job is to not break the chain. You will never break the chain. Now, this sounds overly simplistic, but I think that's the power of it, is that when we want to take more action, or we want to lose that weight, or whatever it is, we overcomplicate it to the point of procrastinating, justifying not taking action because it needs to be perfect. But you can't replace wow, that was rude. But you can't replace hard work. You just need to simply show up and do the thing. And I believe that if I can commit to 4 Pommies a day, so a Pomodoro cycle, literally 2 hours of creative work, no matter what, don't break the chain. Break the chain. It will help propel me to the places I wish to go. So what I'm asking of you is to figure out what is the one thing that you don't want to break the chain on. What's the one simple habit? Now, I feel like it needs to be achievable every single day. Otherwise, you'll just fall off and you'll be back to where you are. But it also needs to be something that actually gets ink on paper per se, or you're actually getting reps in. It's not like reading, because reading is great, but if you're not implementing it, then it's just acquiring knowledge that you're not using. What I'm saying is you just need to take action, you know? Am I making sense? Look at that. You see that mustache? It's like 3 days. I'm pretty proud of it. Guillermo is what I call him. Something about this Seinfeld strategy just struck me, because it's not results oriented. It's not about this is how I craft the perfect joke. It's about this is how I craft jokes. And if you just show up, it's just so simple. Just show up, do the thing, and you'll get the thing you want. Or you can get something even better than that, and that's even better. So look, truthfully, this video today, I wasn't even planning on making it. And it's because I've been obsessing over making such a polished marathon video that it's caused me to just stop creating altogether. And the resistance really builds up when you stop doing something. And so I just wanted to show up because honestly, a word of gratitude goes out to all of the people watching, all the loyal people who have subscribed, and all the people who support my channel. Just because I've started to feel that people do really value these videos. They value this input. And I have people asking, when's the next video coming out? And I don't know, it just makes me feel very grateful, very proud of this community that we're building, because it made me realize that these videos are making an impact, no matter whether it's on one person or 20 people or someday millions of people. But I'm just very grateful to be out here. So I can't wait to start producing. I am genuinely serious that the one thing I want to do is a Pomodoro cycle daily. And I just want to keep showing up for you guys. So I really value you being here. If it's your first time here, you can subscribe down below, or you don't have to. You know what? I don't judge. get yourself a Nest tee is the moral of this video. But anyways, I just really value you all. My paperclip jar that I usually put them in is with my grandma, so won't be doing that today. I'll put in an extra one in something later. But I'm just so excited to be back creating. So grateful for you. This outro is way longer than it needs to be. It's like we're already at like 2 minutes here. So you know what? We're gonna call it a day there. I try to keep this one informal, a little bit. You know what? Forget it. Get a Nest tee. All right? Moral of the story.